So how did we approach this research? So we purposely designed a multi-method research approach. So we really wanted to get a 360 view of what's going on around IoT and social housing. And so the way in which we did it is we first reviewed the literature, and that included academic and non-academic studies, which really gave us a broad understanding of what's currently going on, where are the gaps. We then did a maturity assessment with some surveys. The bulk of our research was really in the interview section, where we interviewed 39 stakeholders, including landlords, supply chain, ecosystem enablers, and tenants. We did proper tenant engagement through workshops and surveys, and then finally a market analysis and roadmap testing. So all that together, we triangulated our methods, and it really enabled us to get a good understanding of what's going on in the sector. Now, like any research study, there are certain strengths and limitations to this. This was really not to push forward academic knowledge. It was really in order to really be applied research so that it was useful for the sector. So I would say the first thing we should do is not keep on repeating the same mistakes. So what's tended to happen so far is we haven't effectively communicated with one another, and so we've been repeating the same mistakes again and again. So I think we need to become more effective as a sector of sharing what we've done, what worked well, and what didn't work so well, and also how we overcame specific barriers. We had a really nice quote from one of our interviews around we shouldn't be procuring for tech, we should be procuring for outcomes. So in order for us to scale, we have to be able to make effective use of it and demonstrate both to residents and to our board members that these are worthwhile investments. And so for that, we need the application and the implementation of these technologies to be successful. So in order to do that, we need to think about how to make sure the culture is set up in the right way, to make sure we have proper organizational buy-in. Now, another one of the things that we uncovered that was quite relevant was that it's not enough to install this tech. It's not a passive innovation that just gets stuck in the home, like insulating your home and you can just sort of forget about it. It feeds active data into a platform, so you then need to be able to act on it. So when we were writing our business cases for other people to review, we need to take into account that this might initially create a bit more work to move from a break-fix model towards a predict and prevent model. So in terms of engaging with residents, obviously they're absolutely central to this. This technology is within their homes. They have to live with this day to day. And we did find some residents who didn't want it. They were afraid of, big brother syndrome. Is this going to be spying on me? How are you going to use my data? Maybe they had some trust issues with their landlord already. And this could potentially exacerbate it. Now, some of the social housing providers simply used an opt-in or opt-out model. So basically, those who didn't want it, you didn't give it to them. And that seemed for the most part to solve the problem. Now, for those who did want it or who would agree to have it, it was absolutely crucial to bring them on board early, communicate clearly with them, okay, why are you installing this? What's this going to do? And perhaps most importantly, what's in it for me? So as long as residents understood why the tech was being installed and how this was going to help us deliver better service for them, for the most part, they didn't seem to have a problem. Really, pretty simply, just good resident engagement. So that was obviously another really crucial issue. Another crucial issue would be data integration. So we're already, most of us, suffering from having access to too many platforms at the same time. So this is just going to be another data platform that we ignore and suffer from data fatigue, or it's not going to be useful. So making sure the data was integrated properly through IoT or APIs, sorry, or otherwise, would be very helpful to think about early.